Hey, what is good everyone? My name is Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something way different, something I never did before. I am going to be showing you guys how I edit my videos using iMovie. So a lot of people ask these questions in all of the YouTube groups and stuff like that, like what are you using? How do you do this? How do you do that? So I thought, I'd just make a video where I would show you guys how I personally edit my videos and which program I use, which is iMovie. So guys, iMovie is a free application. You can go ahead and download it, and I would recommend using it because it's very easy to use, very simple to use, and it really does get the job done. So that is why I use iMovie to edit my videos, and I don't go pay for something super expensive just to get some cool effects. It's really unnecessary. So guys, first thing you're going to do obviously is open up your iMovie app. If you don't have it already, definitely go ahead and download it. So the first step to editing your video is to import your media. So depending on what you're using, whether you're using your phone, your camera, whatever, you can go ahead and import it by inserting the SD card or the cord attached to your attached to your phone, to your laptop, and you're going to import it. So once you guys open up iMovie, let me just cancel. Let me start from the beginning. This is what's going to pop up on your screen. So this is where you're going to choose what type of video that you're making. So what we're going to do is create new, and you're going to select movie. You can select trailer, but trailer is not what YouTubers use to edit their videos because that has like a preset template of a trailer, literally, if you're trying to make a commercial or you're trying to do a trailer for a movie or something like that. We are not using that. We're using movie. So you're going to click movie, and then we're going to be creating an iMovie movie. So we're going to be saving it into our iMovie library. So hit OK. Perfect. So now we are on a new page where we're going to be creating a new video, and what I need to do is import the media that I have pre-filmed on my camera. So what I'm going to do, there's a couple ways that you can go about importing your media. You can either select this little arrow here at the top, the little downwards arrow, or you can actually click this area here where your media is going to go. Or once you actually insert your media, so if you have an SD card and you plug it into your computer or laptop, that will actually pop up where you're able to select what you want to use. So by clicking any of those, through any of those ways, you're able to import your media. So now what I'm going to do is find the media that I have. So I'm going to reinsert my SD card, and my EOS digital is where my media is. And I'm going to select the clip that I want to use to play around with. So in this case, I've actually already imported it, so that's why it's not here. But let's say I wanted to use this clip, so I would select it, and then I'd click on import selected. Okie dokie. So this is...
Look at this. Oh, wait. Hey. Look. She watched.
What is this?
She watched this shit?
So this is my brother stealing my camera and filming something. Perfect. So that's what we're going to use. Now what I'm going to do, guys, is I want to actually use that piece of media and start to chop it up and do my different things that I can do with iMovie. So I'm going to show you guys what's on the screen right here. So the first thing we have again is my media. That is literally like the video clips that you're going to be using in your video. Audio is where you can insert different sound effects, which are already here for you that iMovie has, and you can go ahead and select the type of effect you'd like to do, whether it's just animals, people, booms, bangs, whatever. The next tab here is titles. So this is where you'll see some people have like different wordings that come onto the screen. So they've got some preset fonts and templates here that you can use and select. Background, so sometimes you want to have a plain screen and you want to put words on top of it. So this here allows you to insert like a colored or textural background of your choice. The maps here, I rarely see people use it, but basically if you actually want to show on a world map where one thing is to another place, you can actually insert coordinates, and it's pretty cool. I tried it one time, but that's not really needed. And last thing on the options is transition. So this allows you to go from one clip to another. For example, if you were walking on the street and then your next clip is you entering the store and you want to transition, then you can insert something in the middle to kind of transition into the next clip. Over on the right here is the screen. So once we actually put our media into where we're going to be editing, you'll be able to play and see what you're going to be making on the screen. Right above this screen here, there's a couple little things that you may use while editing your videos. The ones that I tend to use here are the crop tool, which we'll play around with, which is this symbol right here. I also have used this little timer symbol, and I've used this little triple circle symbol, and I'll show you guys how I use that. So I'm gonna go back to my media, and on the left hand side here is where you'll see, like, this is the movie that we are playing with. This is the movie we're using to edit. So once you save it, this will change to whatever you're gonna call your video. Right below it, guys, are the library. So sometimes you already have media saved on your computer, so you can actually like insert photos that were already on your computer through these different areas here. Mine has a bunch of junk there because I've edited a lot of videos, but if you are just starting off, this area will probably be empty. So now what we're gonna do, guys, is get started. I went through what you're gonna be using in order to edit your video. Now, and I showed you guys how to import your video. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is show you guys generally how to edit a YouTube video. So all your media, videos, clips and stuff will be in this area here. Right now I just am using a 1-minute clip of random foolishness. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is select it and drag it down into this area. This whole area here at the bottom is where you're able to chop up your video and do all of the things that you see when people produce videos. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is using the different things that I took you through at the beginning. So for audio, let's say we wanted to insert some sort of a noise. Let's do an animal noise. Let's select crickets. So what you can do, guys, is literally you can test out the sound. Let's say you want to hear what it sounds like. So yeah, I want to use that. So what I'm going to do is select it and drag it. Drag it below the media clip. So as you can see here at the bottom, it allows you to drag it below the media clip that you're using. And now when I click play, in the background you can slightly hear the crickets. Now let's say you really wanted to hear the crickets and you don't want to hear what's happening on the screen. So what you can actually do is lower the volume of the media, or you can increase the volume of the crickets sounds. So what you do is pretty much you hover over the blue area here, and you'll see that line and the 2 arrows, and you can drag this up and down. So that will adjust your volume. Same thing for over the the cricket sounds that we inserted. Adjust volume up or down, depends on how loud you want the crickets to be. Okay, so generally for any sort of media clip or music, sound effect, whatever, all you do is hover over the clip and you'll see a yellow line, and you can drag it up and down in order to adjust the volume. Now let's say I don't want the crickets anymore. What I'm going to do is select it, and it will be surrounded by like a yellow line, and you can literally hit delete and now that's gone. Don't worry though, if you want to use it again, you just go back into your audio, select the sound effect and drag it into the area you'd like. Cool. So now I'm going to show you guys how to insert a title. So at the beginning of my video, let's say I wanted to put a little title of like what the video is about. So what I'm going to do is go into titles, and here I'm going to select the font or the effect of the title that I want to put on there. Let's say I just want it to reveal. So this one here, I'm going to click and drag it to the area. The cool thing is that, you know, if you don't want it to the title to appear at the beginning, you can literally drag it to any point on the screen or on your media that you want it to appear. Okay, so I want it to appear at the beginning in this instance, so I'm going to drag it to the beginning. I'm going to double click on it, or double click on where it says title text here, delete that, and type in the title I want to put, which is test 1 2 3. Okay, now what I'm going to do is double click off of it, And to hit play or to play the video, you just click on the space bar. And now it's showing test 1, 2, 3 on the screen. You can also play your media by below the screen. There's a play button, so you can literally play it from there. Now let's say on this text, I don't want it to be 4 seconds long. As you can see, it shows you like how long it is for. So at either the beginning of the little purple box or the end of the purple box, you can drag it left and right, and it will allow you to adjust how long or how short you would like that text to be on the screen for. So the longer I have it, you'll see that test 1, 2, 3 is showing the whole time. But if I make it really short, then it will pop up on the screen and be gone right away. Okay, so that's how you can adjust how long you would like that text that you put on the screen to be there for. And again, if you decide you no longer want the text, you can highlight it and click delete. Before I do that, I want to show you guys how you can change the color of the color and also the size or the font of the text. So what you can do again, guys, is double click on it, okay? And then you'll see like those normal options, like when you're typing in Word, for example, it allows you to do different things. So over here is the font. You can select a different font if you choose to. Okay, you can center your words. You can put it to either side. It's regular like Word stuff. You can also change the sizing of the font. So, and you can also type in your own. Let's say I want it to be 600 and it's super big, or I can go back to, oh, I just changed it to 200, or I can go back to the size 200, and there we go. Let's say I wanted to change the color, so I can highlight it, click on this little white box because it's gonna automatically default to white color, and you can drag the little symbol here to the color you want. Let's say I want it to be bright pink. Okay, hit the little X and that'll go away. Again, just double click off of the screen, and now when I click play, I have test 1, 2, 3 in pink. All right, cool. To pause your video, you guys can also hit spacebar, or you can hit that pause button over here. Now I don't really care about that text anymore, so I'm gonna hit delete. So again, guys, there's a bunch of different text, title, fonts, and effects that you can use. All you do is select it, you drag it onto the media, you change the wording, and there you go. You can adjust the size, the color, the font. That's totally up to you. So the next thing here is backgrounds. So let's say I wanted to put some text on the screen, but I wanted to have a cool background and onto the video. So let's say I wanted to do that at the beginning of the video. So what I'm going to do, guys, is just look through the backgrounds and select the one I want to use. Let's say I want it to be this blob type of background. So what I'm going to do again is select it and drag it, put it wherever you'd like onto your screen, and now it's at the beginning. So now I have just a plain background on my screen. Okay, you can make it a little bit longer if you'd like by just again going to the end or the beginning of the selected area and drag it, and that's how long that blank screen is going to be. And the cool thing is, on this blank screen now you can put a title. So let's use a different font. Let's say I want to use this one. I'll drag it in there, and I'm gonna, whoops, I'm gonna use my test again, test, sorry. So again, guys, you double click on your text. You're gonna put whatever the title is, 1, 2, 3, and double click off. So it saves, and I'm gonna start playing my video to see if it looks the way I want. Bam, it's there. It's kind of lagging today, I don't know why. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that because that is not what I want. Okay, cool. Now we have the transitions. You can see here under transitions, there's a bunch of different options. You can go ahead and try them all out if you wanted to. You can click and switch and do all that stuff. You don't have to stick with the one that you pick. But for example, let's say I wanted to do this cool circle open tab. So I'm gonna click it and drag it down into the place that I want. And let's say I want at beginning. Okay. So right at the beginning of my clip, I'm gonna just click play and see how it opens up into that circle at the beginning of the screen. So all of these transitions here, you can play around with, choose the one that you like. If you choose to do any transitions, that's totally up to you. And then to delete it again, you're gonna highlight it by just clicking on it and hit your delete button. Okay, again, you can put this at any point of your clip, sometimes, which I'm going to show you guys in 1 second, but we're going to split the clip up and then you can insert transitions in between. So those are like the main options that you have with iMovie. And as you can see, just a quick tip, guys, we used the crickets before, and so it automatically goes into your movie, into your media, so you'll see it in the same places where your video clip was, so that way you don't have to go back to audio and find the crickets noise again. Just go in your media and you'll see it's already there. Okay, even though it's not actually in our video anymore, but it's just saved in your media because that's something that you were using at one point. So the transitions is the last one there. Now I'm going to show you guys a couple tips and stuff for editing your video. So once you drag your media into the bottom of the screen, here is our timeline. And what I'm going to do, guys, is show you guys how to split a clip. So splitting the clip means that, let's say there was a point in your video that you want to delete, and it was in the middle of your video or at a certain point of your video. So to split the clip, all you do, guys, is see this little white line here? So this kind of shows you on the screen over here where you are at, and you can click there at any point. Let's say right here, I want to split that clip. Either I'm going to delete part of it or I'm going to put a transition at that point. Here's a cool place to put a transition. So my brother is walking into the living area. So right here, what I'm going to do is where I see the floor, I'm going to right click and I'm going to click split clip. So now that leaves me in the middle between here and here, an area that I can do something with. So let's say I want to put a transition at that point, and let's use a cross zoom. So I'm going to just drag it in the middle. I could put it at the beginning, I could put it at the end, wherever I want, but I'm going to put it right here where I split the clip. Okay? So now I'm going to click play and see how that looks. That was actually a pretty cool transition. So I'm going to leave that right there. Okay, cool. Now, let's say at the beginning of the video, I wanted to add my titles on there. So let's go back to the titles and let's put in a title. Which one do I want to use? This one you'll see a lot on YouTube, I feel. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on that area. I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to put silly video. You can name it whatever you want. You can put whatever title you want, any wording, and that's gonna appear on the screen. Perfect. And then, guys, again, you can go ahead, highlight it to delete it if you don't like that specific transition, or sorry, that specific font or title. If you want to go ahead and change the font, you can do that as well. And again, if you want to make this pop up a little bit shorter, you can drag it, or you can drag it so it stays the whole time, or you can drag it so that way it just pops on the screen for a second and it comes back down. So I'm going to keep that little title there for now. Okay, cool. Now I want to see if there's a cool part in the video that I want to zoom in. A lot of people use like that zoom in feature in order to highlight a funny moment or something like that. So let's find a pretty, like, not a funny moment, but let's find some moment in the video that we want to zoom in on. So let's say right here, my brother's pointing to me while I'm sitting at the table in the mirror. So what I'm going to do is go to the point that I think would be cool to zoom in, like right there, and I'm going to split the clip. So right click, split clip, and I'm going to go to where I want it to end. So maybe right there. Cool. Right click and split the clip. So now this area here in the middle where we created a little piece of the video, we're going to zoom in. So I'm going to go over here to the crop button, and as you can see, it gives you 3 options. So the fit option, it shows the entire screen. The crop to fill means we can adjust it to just show a specific part of the screen. So what I'm going to do, guys, is just take the corner, drag it down. You can put it to any size you'd like. I'm going to make it pretty small so that way it really zooms in. And I'm going to click play and see how that looks. Yeah, so it zoomed right in at the right point. Cool. So we like that. And again guys, like I like to use the zoom in a lot just for like the funny moments, or like if someone's like doing a funny facial expression, or there's something happening on the screen that's not that noticeable, you can go ahead and you can zoom in. All right, what else is there? Okay, I'm gonna quickly show you guys how to insert like a picture onto the screen, because that's where these other little things come into play. So what you guys will do when you want to insert like a pop-up of like a picture or something like that, you're just gonna open up your internet and you're gonna Google search an image. Usually a lot of the images have like that white background or whatever around it. So just a quick little tip guys, in order for you to not have a picture with the white background or black background around the image, you're going to search PNG. PNG, like that, allows the image to like just be the same shape as what the actual image is, with all that square like white background. So I'm gonna find something like, you can put the emoji I want. Let's do the laughing emoji. Laughing emoji, PNG. Cool. And then go to images. Wow, that was a really freaky one. So you'll see like this checkered background, and you'll see how the checkers are like different sizes and stuff like that. So in order for you to make sure that it's actually a PNG one, you're gonna open it up. It should show the little squares. You're gonna right click and save image. Okay. And in format, it should say PNG. So sometimes you'll search PNG, but the format is still gonna show JPEG or something different. If it is in PNG, we're only gonna see the actual shape. So laughing emoji, and I'm gonna save it to the desktop so I know where it is. Go back to my iMovie clip, and I'm gonna go to my media, and I'm gonna hit that import button, and I'm gonna import the laughing emoji. Okay, as you can see guys, that background is gone. Kuro. And import selected. So now that I have this funny image, I'm gonna pick a place to let it pop up on the screen. So let's do right here. Drag it, and now with images, you drag that on top of your timeline. So remember with the audio, we put it at the bottom. So with the actual like pictures and stuff, you're gonna put that at the top. Now, here's where it gets a little bit complicated. So on this emoji, okay, my storage is full. On this emoji, as you can see when we click play, it comes really big on the screen, and it's doing its own thing. I want it to just pop up, and I want to be able to change the size of it and the placement of it. So what we're gonna do guys is you're going to highlight it by clicking on it, and you're gonna go over here to this first square button. Okay, so on this square button, I don't know what this symbol means at all, but it's gonna allow you to select this drop down menu where it gives you 4 options. So cutaway is what it's currently on, which means it's like this huge picture on the screen and it does its own thing. The green blue screen, you use that when you're using like green screen stuff. So that way the green screen disappears and you just see the image. Split screen is another option if I want an emoji on one side and I want the video that we're playing on the other side. And then picture in picture is what we are going to use in order to place our emoji on top of the picture. So that's what picture in picture means, is where we're putting one picture on top of the other, which you're seeing in this video right now. So now with the emoji, we see that it's kind of cut off like that. So what we have to do guys is go to our crop button, and we want to fit it because we want to see the entire image. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to just click out of it. You can click anything, and now you see that I can see the entire image on the screen, and it's actually a pretty good size. But is that the place that I want to put it? I don't know. So now what I'm going to do guys is go back to the crop button. Sorry, I'm going to go back to the square button. I have the picture in picture, and as you can see guys, it's gonna have these blue dots in a square. So now I'm able to drag it and put it wherever I want. And if I did want it bigger, you can actually just pull the corner like that. But yeah, so let's say I just want it right here. It's your video, you can do it however you like. And now that's where it's gonna pop up. Perfect. So one other little thing that I kind of just figured out recently, and again, this is for beginners like myself, so something that I just actually realized. Okay, so you're gonna double click on your emoji, and then all of these things here again, like the word type of thing, is gonna pop up. As you can see, there's something over here that says 0.5 and there's an S for seconds. So I'm going to make that 0 seconds. I just want it to pop on the screen and then come right off. I don't want it to have a nice little transition or like a soft appearance on the screen. I want it to come in and out. So I'm gonna change that to 0, and now watch this. Bam, it just pops on the screen, and when it's done, it's gonna pop right off. Okay, so that's actually something that I'm gonna start using a lot more, because I want like those like sudden pictures to pop up and stuff like that. One other thing with your emoji is, like, right now it's gonna stay on the screen for 4 seconds. So just like anything else, like the titles or even like your own clip, you can drag it to stay on the screen for as long as you want to. So I just want it to pop up for like less than a second. Bam, boom, it's off. Okay, cool. So that's how you insert a video, or sorry, a picture. Now, what I'm gonna do, guys, again, so I showed you how to split your clip. Now, there's a couple of things that you're gonna do and reasons why you split your clip, right? So on your actual clip, let's say we split it right here, okay? And there's like a part of this video that I don't really want. So let's say like it, you know, I don't want to get his finger in there or something like that. So what I can do is actually click on the beginning of that piece of clip, and I can bring it in to shorten it, or I can bring it out to lengthen it, right? So you can adjust this as well if you're trying to take out a little piece, okay? Okay, couple more things, guys. So one more thing here at the top that we didn't use yet, which I did try and use it a couple times, was like effects of the actual video itself. So if you wanted a piece of the clip to be a different color or have, like, you know, those filters and stuff like that, that is what this little thing here is. So if you click on that, you'll see it gives you 2 options: clip filter or audio filter, or sorry, audio effect. So the clip filter, it's gonna pull this up and you're able to see like different, you know, filters and stuff like that. So if you click on silent era, for example, that little portion is now going to be black and white. So they have different you know, effects that you can add, or filters you can add. Audio effect is also pretty cool. I haven't really used it before, but let's say there was a part that you were talking about something and you want to make it funny or different. So this allows you to like add a different noise to your voice. For example, they have like in a medium room, so it's kind of like your voice is projecting and there's echoes. So you can play around with all this stuff over here. Okie dokie. Now, a little bit more like detailed things would be, for example, speeding a clip up or slowing a clip down. So what you can, or the way that you do that, let's say I wanted this whole part right here to be sped up a little bit. So what I can do is right click, and you're gonna see where it says show speed editor. So show speed editor allows you to adjust the speed of the clip. So this bar will pop up on your screen, and right at the edge, you're able to move it in, and you'll see the little rabbit, which represents it to be fast. And if you drag it out, you'll see a turtle, which means it's slow. So you can go ahead and adjust the speed. Let's say, you know, you're walking, like you see when you watch videos where they're driving, they speed it up because obviously you don't want to sit there and watch a car drive on the road at real time. So you speed it up so that way it has a cool effect and the person doesn't get bored. So now what I did was I sped this part up. Let's watch. So yeah, it sped it up there. And the other thing is, obviously, because it's going really fast, the sound is different. So let's say I don't want to hear all the little chipmunk noises. I can go ahead, hover over the clip, and bring the volume all the way down. So I don't have to listen to the chipmunks. Alright? There's one more thing, which I don't use a lot. I'm still learning how to use it. But that is to like add a pause in your video. So sometimes you might like want to do a voiceover and say something at a certain point, but you don't want the video to continue. So what you do is you add a cool pause at a cool moment in order to just make your video a lot more interesting. So let's say at this point right here where I'm making a weird face, I want to pause it, alright? So what I can do is, again, where I want the pause to begin, I'm going to click split clip. I'm going to add freeze frame. And it's automatically going to stop for a couple seconds at the point where you chose. So once you click add freeze frame, you're going to see all these little options, and you'll see a little hand for stop. So this will show you the area that's going to be paused. Let's play it to make sure. Okay, cool. So where that hand is, that is where it's stopping, and then it automatically continues. And it allows you again to adjust like the length of the pause. So if I wanted it to be a little bit longer, I can put it right there. And I could add a voiceover in order to, you know, talk about that moment if I wanted to in the video. So yeah, that is how you would add a freeze frame in order to pause your video, and you can do your voiceover. Since I mentioned voiceover, I might as well tell you guys how to do a voiceover. But really quickly guys, if you do not like anything that you did in your video, let's say the freeze frame for example, I don't really want that in the video, what I can do guys is you can edit and undo it. Again, use your like shortcuts and stuff like that. I'm actually mad old school, so I just literally do edit undo, and it will undo or go back to what I had before. As you can see, it automatically did that right there. Cool, so now I'm back to normal. There's no freeze. Alright, cool. Now, voiceovers are pretty cool. A lot of people do them. Like, you'll see a lot of makeup videos where they don't talk in their video, but they film their video and then they record something separately and they insert it in their video, which is something that I'm also doing right now. Is I'm talking to you on the camera, but my laptop is screen recording, and there's a whole lot of different editing that I'm doing. So guys, in order to do a screen record, what you're gonna do is you can hook up a microphone if you have one, or you can use the microphone on your laptop. And this little symbol here is a microphone at the bottom of the screen. You're gonna click it, and when you do click it, it's going to give you 3 seconds to get prepared, and then it will start to record. And you hit on that button the second time and it will stop the recording. So I'll show you guys right now. Sorry, you hit the microphone, you hit the red button for record, and then it's gonna count down 1. And now I can say whatever I want to say on top of the video, blah blah blah, la la la. Now I'm done, press stop, and automatically guys, as you can see, it loaded a media clip into my media area. And also where I had the video, where I had selected the video, it recorded a screen record at that point. So right here, you're gonna be able to hear what I recorded in the voiceover. So if you wanted, you could drag this voiceover at any point of your video. And you know, if you had something else playing in the background guys, go ahead, split your clip. You can lower the volume of that area, which we already had it lowered. And now all you hear is what I recorded on the voiceover with. And then it's gonna continue what I was saying in my rest of my video. Okay guys, so that is pretty much it. I went through a little clip of mine and I showed you guys how my process of editing a YouTube video using iMovie. So I hope that this video is really helpful to somebody out there, especially for beginners. If you don't know how to use iMovie, this video will pretty much teach you how. But if you guys do have any additional questions, definitely leave a comment down below. I will do my best to answer the questions. Share this video to anybody you know that's thinking about doing YouTube. I know that for myself, I was really scared to even start YouTube because I was not 100% sure what program is best to use for a YouTuber, and also how to edit it. I wanted to be at the standard of other YouTube videos and stuff like that. But iMovie is honestly like a great application to use to just simply edit your YouTube videos, and then as you begin to grow, you can start getting into more things. So definitely guys, leave a comment down below if you have any more questions, share the video, and hit that subscribe button if you guys like what you see. I want to do a bunch of different things on this channel, and I hope that this is very helpful to somebody who's watching. So definitely guys, hit that subscribe button for more. You can follow me on my Instagram _Miss Kelman, and I'll see you guys next time.